All right, Shalom. Let's start first by giving all praises and glories unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Harakwa Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles at Great Millstones and the elders at Great Millstones who rule well, and greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the elect, those men and women and children that are sincere, that will receive salvation and His coming destruction. Shalom unto you. All right, quick video. This is actually a response to a brother in our camp, head brother in our camp. He did a great video. The DC officials flocking to Doomsday camps. It says they think they will hide from judgment. They think they will hide from judgment. Well, there was a particular point I want to make out of it. Let me bring that up real quick.
Gardens and stuff like that.
Yeah, right here. Perfect. Yeah, and there was a particular line. This is an excellent video, by the way. But there's an excellent point in here I want to make. This will be a response to this video. And the line in here in particular was starting down here where it says, prepping has offered many a sense of freedom none of us have anymore. These Edomites know that their kingdom is crumbling. The way that the society is crumbling, and it's crumbling right before their eyes, but they're still going to try to hold on to the last little anything they possibly can. They'll live, that's why, these Caucasians are the cave dwellers, because they'll live in the ground, they'll live up in the mountain, on the caves, they'll do whatever, They still have that Esau spirit, a man of the field. They'll do whatever it takes trying to escape the judgment. As the brother made a beautiful point. It says, no longer needing the government for anything. Preppers can survive most scenarios that will leave many others begging for their slavery again, and in return for the government to give them abject poverty in exchange. And that's the verse right there. That's the point right there. Many people will beg for slavery, right? They will beg for the government to control. They will beg FEMA, just like in Katrina, they'll beg FEMA to come and help. Please come bring us water and food and help us, right? It's been a trial run. They've done it before. Well, to lend to the point of preppers can survive most scenarios that will leave many others begging for their slavery again, and in return the government to give them abject poverty in exchange. Here's the purpose of the mark of the beast. I'm gonna go back into it. Here's the point of it, because it will now, when this system collapses from the American dollar collapsing and not being the currency that's used to whether they implement cryptocurrency or whatever they use, something that will be able to be used on your RFID microchip, and since it'll give the government complete control over what you do. If they don't think it's a viable buy for you, or if your rights of purchasing certain amenities or luxuries can be suspended as punishment, they can do that. They can cut it off on your chip. And so I went into this right here. Well, matter of fact, I'm gonna go right here. And I googled the benefits of barcode in retail industry. Right? It says here's one had the top 8. There was another. I'm gonna read some of these that I'm not gonna click on. So what are the benefits of using barcode technology? I'll just read this off the top. It says, barcodes significantly speed the process of registering packages and reducing the act of reading and keying identification numbers to little more than pointing a scanner at the barcode. In a retail environment, for example, clerks can use barcode technology to ring up dozens or even hundreds of products within minutes. So imagine, like in the 80s movie, or was that 1990, Total Recall? people were literally walking through a scanner. You know, they have you walking through a scanner now. You're conditioned to walk through scanners at the airport. Some high schools are even have these things. They call them metal detectors. Well, if your chip is in your hand, it'll read you and your whole chip. You go into the movie Minority Report, it was reading your iris. It had an iris scan. When you walk in any building, scanning your iris. How much easier would it be to scan? Because, you know, he switched his eyes out in that movie, but how much easier would it be for them to scan your chip? You know, you walk through and it automatically scans your chip just like Amazon Go does. When you walk in, you can't even get in unless you swipe the codes on your phone. Right? It said barcoding in the retail industry. That's the one that I wanted. Yeah, it can use up precious time, but the advantages completely outnumber its minor point. Here's I'm gonna click on this one. This is waspbarcode.com. It says 5 benefits of barcode software, because this barcode is where that mark of the beast is. This is from 2015, January the 15th. This barcode is what's able to hold all of the information in such a small amount of space. It says from healthcare to education, the uses of barcodes are far-reaching, and as a result, so are the benefits of the software used to create and scan these barcodes. Aren't using barcode software yet? Here are 5 key benefits of barcoding software. And the point of this, in the mark of the beast in itself, is Esau wants complete control. When you start looking at the benefits of these barcodes, it's for complete control. They control the time, they control where everything's get coded into, the systems they're put into. You know, they can everything. It gives Esau complete control, and that's what he wants with his new world order. Complete control. Anyway, it says here are 5 key benefits of barcode software that might just make you change your mind. It says easy, create quick custom labels. Right? I'm gonna just read the top of the head. So this one says simplify tracking with continued serial numbers. Key thing that will be used in the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast, by the way. You know, that technology is the mark of the beast. It says simplify tracking with continued, like they hit pings, so to speak, on these towers with your cell phone, so they can track where your cell phone's been. Well, you don't think it would with RFID, which is radio frequency identification, it's not going to hit also? You know, that's what this is. Gives them complete control to find you on the grid. You know, because you can't live off the grid like these preppers thinking that they're gonna get off the grid, right? Going back to the brother's video, but to live inside, a lot of you people aren't ready to live like that. You haven't been outward bound and learn to live off the land. That's not in your spirit for you Jakes, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, to live on the land in rural what's the country up there? Not country, the state up there in Alaska, in that type of climate. You're not ready to live up in the mountains of Colorado mountains or anything like that. You're not ready to live, you know, near the river. You're not ready to live on a land like that. You know? It's not in your spirit, first off. Anyway, going back in it, it says eliminate data entry errors. Right? So when they scan it, they know it's you. There's not going to be a mistake. Oh, I missed a number. It's not going to be that. It's going to be, this technology is what's going to be used for this tech. It's what it is. And like I went into in my last video, when you go into to these barcodes, every barcode has 3 6s in it. One at the very beginning, one in the very middle, one at the very end. Those are always there. It says improve accuracy with database connectivity, RFID, radio frequency, improve efficiency. Now, Let me come out of this. And if you look, they even have it where you can, your Bibles are now have barcodes in it. This is how crazy this is, right? But look at this, how the barcode changed retailing and manufacturing. Yep. Because they have product codes now. Everything's faster, everything's more efficient. Well, that's the system that this man believes that he could rule the world with. So I'm gonna go into this one. I began reading this one. This one was pretty good. Top 8 benefits of barcoding. This is by VerifyLabel.com. It says, Knowledge Center. It says top 8 benefits of barcoding. Barcodes are often overlooked as a method for cutting costs and saving time, a valuable and viable choice for businesses looking to improve efficiency and reduce overhead. Barcodes are both cost-effective and reliable, which is true until the whole system crashes, i.e., the EMP, electromagnetic pulse. Then all bets are off, right? And that's why these preppers in the brother's video believe that they'll, in any scenario, they'll be able to thrive. But they don't know that the one true source that they can't account for is the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua and the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, what he wants to do. Anyway, number one of the top 8 reasons, it says barcodes eliminate the possibility of human error. And they think in these chips, they have, even I've read that there's a dose of cyanide in there. Also, if you go, they can bust that chip and release a dose of cyanide within you to kill you. It says the occurrence of errors from manually entering data is significantly higher than of barcodes. I believe that human error is out of control. It says, and barcode scan is fast and reliable and takes infinitely less time than entering data by hand. Number 2, using a barcode system reduces employee training time. It takes only minutes to master the handheld scanner for reading barcodes. Furthermore, employees do not have to gain familiarity with an entire inventory of pricing procedure. This also makes employee training less expensive since they do not have to be paid for extra training time, and another employee does not have to be compensated for training them. True, so they're saving money there. It says barcodes are inexpensive to design and print. Generally, they cost mere pennies regardless of their purpose or where they will be affixed. They can be customized economically in a variety of finishes and materials. Verse 4 says barcodes are extremely versatile. Here's a big one here. This is where you can see how they'll use these barcodes with all the Mark of the Beast technology. It says they can be used in any kind of necessary data collection. So all what you spend, where are they going to store this information? In the cloud, which we all know the cloud is set up. It's stored right there in the cloud, right? Meaning, whether your purchases, your bank account information, your birth certificate information, your identification information, your health care information, all of these things, your purchases, your credit information, all of these things can be saved right onto one of these chips. And it can continue collecting data just like your computer collects data. They go right, you've been on footlocker.com, you've been on, whatever sites. You go to these sports sites, you go to these porn sites, whatever. They can collect all the data, and what they seem unviable for you to use or unbeneficial to you, according to the government, they can cut you off, or even, as net neutrality will say, lend to, it can charge you for going to such sites and certain things to purchase. Anyway, it said this could include pricing or inventory information. Additionally, because barcodes can be attached to just about any surface, and all it would take is a right program to be hooked up to this data collection of what to collect. They're doing it already in these cell phones. It has all the information on here from your stored passwords, to your banking, to all the information sites that you go to. Everything can be stored on these phones, and at most times it is. It says, additionally, because barcodes can attach to just about any surface, they can be used to track not only the products themselves, but also outgoing shipments and even equipment. Inventory control improves, and you are the inventory that they will be controlling. This is number 5. It says inventory control improves. Yeah, so they can watch you and keep tabs on you with more control, which is the point of the mark of the beast. They want to completely control everybody on the planet. There will be no X factors once you take this chip. They will like going back into the video, which is not going to go right to it, but it says, let me go to it right quick, see if I can get it. Come on, bear with me. They're going to, of course, change the screen. It always does it. So, anyway, what they said was, bear with me 1 second. Okay, what it says is, no longer needing the government for anything, Peppers can now survive most scenarios. Here's the point, that will leave many others begging for their slavery again, and in return for the government to give them abject poverty in exchange. Meaning, they're going to give you what they deem you need, and it's going to be the bare minimum. They're going to give you the bare minimum. They can control how much you need. They've done scientific studies to prove that the average human being only needs the minimum to live. They're doing it in the prisons already, and then they're charging the inmates to go buy other food. So they're going to do that just enough to keep you, if you're valuable to them in their system, because we know with the Georgia Guidestones, they want to break it down to 500 million from 6.5 billion in the earth. So they have no problem killing off you peon Americans. And all of the, but the whole world is going into this system. Let me get to the scriptures. And you'll see the same thing from this barcode being talked about in this. Go straight to the point. We all should know this breakdown, but if you don't, here it is in Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. For and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. Now, he said causeth all, both small. So most of the small are poor and bond. We're in slavery every day because we got to go to work. We got to earn a living. We're in bond to that. We're poor. We live in check to check. We're not great in stature or presence upon the earth. It says, but then there's great, which can be rich, which can be known, which can be so-called free. Have enough money to do whatever they want. Don't have to answer to anybody, but everybody's going to have to take this chip. And the greater you are, like if you're an Edomite and you got your family or whatever, and you've got a good paying job and you're an official of a certain town and whatever you do, you're going to want to take this chip because you want the security of, okay, if I get lost, you can find me. If I can see where my money's going, no one can go access my bank account if I don't do it. Like, you're going to want that security, It says, and he calleth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or their foreheads. That can be anywhere in your body. You can take it willingly in a certain part, or you can take it unwillingly in another part. But the men of the Lord will not take it anywhere in their body. It says that no man might buy or sell. If you can't buy or sell, you are now X'd out of this whole scenario of life. And that goes back into the brother's video. People are going off the grid so they don't have to be a part of this system. That they don't need. They have the freedom of not living, being attached to the government and falling back into their slavery of this life. It says, it says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he have the mark. It says, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that understandeth, that hath understanding, count the number of the beast, for the number of a man, and his number is 600, threescore times three. Is 20 times 3, of course. A scores is 20, threescore is 60, and 666. So that's in all these barcodes. You know, you can Google that and do the research on that if you don't know. But that's the point. This devil wants complete control, and you will become a slave. We're slaves now to this system, but with this, they get complete control and complete efficiency at making sure that you remain under control, under their new world order. You know. So with that, I'm going to close out, giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bashim Shah, double honor to the elder apostles, that great millstone, and greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the elect, those that will receive salvation. Shalom.